Good evening, all of you. So today we are going to discuss about cleaning and preparation of syringes and needles for the sterilization or autoclaving. So the first part of this topic we have discussed yesterday. Today, due to the network issue and also some default in my laptop, I can't take today's class, so that's why I am recording. So I am recording it from first onwards. So according to the introduction, the needles and syringes are essential tools for the healthcare delivery. However, if they are used incorrectly, this may cause abscess and septicemia. Septicemia is nothing but a bloodstream infection in which the bacteria multiply within the bloodstream and release toxins, and this may affect the patient. So that condition is called septicemia, and this may cause the disease spread. So if we are not using the syringes and needles correctly, this may lead to septicemia. So mainly the syringes are of two types, sterilizable and disposable. So sterilizable syringes are those which we can reuse after cleaning. But disposable are those which we can use only one time. So they are available mainly in three forms: conventional, auto-disable, and safety syringes. So auto-disable is previously known as auto-destruct, and it locks automatically after single use. So that's the name, auto-disable. So these sterilizable syringes are commonly used in remote areas where they can't afford the cost of disposable syringes. So the sterilizable syringes, they continue to play an important role in providing safe and cost-effective injections. So why it is important to clean needles and other injection equipments? So in the case of sterilizable syringes, there is a need for cleaning the needles and also the equipments which we are using for the injection, etc. Why we are cleaning? Because sharing needles, syringes and drug injection equipments or the works. That means it include either cooker and cotton. And this may causes bloodborne infections. For example, HIV and hepatitis, etc., to be spread from one person to another. So if unsterile syringes and needles are used, they can cause infections. അപ്പോൾ ഈ HIV, ഹെപ്പറ്റൈറ്റിസ് പോലെയുള്ള ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻസ് സ്പ്രെഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നീഡിൽസിലൂടെയും സിറിഞ്ചസിലൂടെയാണ്. പ്രോപ്പറായിട്ട് സ്റ്റെറിലൈസ് ചെയ്യാത്ത നീഡിൽസും അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഒരാൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്ത നീഡിൽസും സിറിഞ്ചസും without any sterilization, when we are sharing it to other persons, it may cause this type of dreadful disease. So there is a need for cleaning those used syringes and needles. അപ്പോൾ ഈ സിംഗിൾ സിറിഞ്ചസ് സാധാരണ അവൈലബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ളത് സ്റ്റെറിലൈസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടാണ്. ബട്ട് ഇൻ ദ കേസ് ഓഫ് റീയൂസബിൾ വൺസ് വി ഹാവ് ടു sterilize before they are first used and after every use. Now coming to the soaking, cleaning and sterilizing reusable syringes and needles. So when the reusable injection equipment is used, touched, put on unsterile surface or exposed to contamination in any other way, it must be flushed, soaked, cleaned and sterilized. ഇവിടെ പറയുന്നത് ഇഞ്ചക്ഷൻ എക്യുപ്മെൻ്റ് ആണ്, ഇത് നീഡിൽസിനും ബാധകമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നീഡിൽസ് ആണെങ്കിലും ഇഞ്ചക്ഷൻ എക്യുപ്മെൻ്റ് ആണെങ്കിലും when it is exposed to the contamination, it must be flushed, soaked, cleaned and sterilized. To do this safely, you must have the right equipment and follow the procedures carefully. When injection equipment is sterilized, all the microorganisms and the spores on it are killed. Now coming to the equipments. The equipment you need for the flushing, soaking, cleaning and sterilizing injection equipment includes wash basin, forceps, steam sterilizer, time, steam, temperature indicator, a hard water pad, a timer, a stove, fuel and matches. Now next is we can move through in detail about each equipments. First is wash basin. This is a plastic container for soaking syringes and needles immediately after use and for cleaning them before sterilization. So the wash basin with needles and syringes. The picture shows the wash basin with needles and syringes soaked. Okay. The next equipment is forceps. Forceps are mainly used for lifting the syringes, needles and other equipments from the wash basin or from the steam sterilizers. And we are using this forceps for assembling syringes and needles after sterilization also. So for this purpose, we need 2 sterilized forceps so that if one is contaminated, you still have one that is sterilized. Okay, so there is a need of, so we can use 2 sterilized forceps so that if one is contaminated, you still have one that is sterilized. The next is about steam sterilizer. The steam sterilizer, it is a portable, lightweight sterilizer which is similar to a domestic pressure cooker, but it is specifically designed for immunization procedures. Steam sterilizers are available in 3 sizes and they are first of all in a single rack. The single rack steam sterilizer, it holds 40 to 42 syringes and 50 needles of all size. Then is double rack. It may hold twice as many syringes and needles as a single rack. Then another one is triple rack and they may hold 3 times more than the single rack. Next is sterilizer drum. So instead of racks, we can use sterilizer drums. So after sterilization, the drums can be sealed so that the drums and their sterile contents can be carried to the immunization sessions without the sterilizer. അപ്പോൾ ഈ റാക്കിന് പകരം ഡ്രം തന്നെ ഇറക്കി വെച്ചാൽ നമുക്ക് സ്റ്റെറിലൈസേഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് അത് ഡയറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഇമ്മ്യൂണൈസേഷൻ സെഷൻസിൽ കൊണ്ടുപോവാം. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഈസ് ടൈം, സ്റ്റീം ആൻഡ് ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ ഇൻഡിക്കേറ്റർ. ദിസ് ഡിവൈസ് ഈസ് പ്ലേസ്ഡ് ഇൻ എ സ്റ്റെറിലൈസർ. ഇതെന്തിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്? to check whether the sterilization is performed correctly or not. And this may change color when the contents have been sterilized. So the TST indicators are mainly in the form of paper strips or dots. Next is hard water pad. So this is a wire mesh pad that can be put in a sterilizer. Why? To soften the water. Because soft water extends the life of reusable syringes and needles. കാരണം ഹാർഡ് വാട്ടർ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ അതിൽ ചില എലമെൻസിൻ്റെ ഡെപ്പോസിറ്റ് ഉണ്ടാവും. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ കാൽഷ്യം എക്സെട്ര. അപ്പോൾ അതാവുമ്പോൾ അതും ഈ മെറ്റൽസും സിറിഞ്ചസും തമ്മിൽ കോണ്ടാക്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാവുമ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ് മേ കോസ് ദ ഇറ്റ് മേ എഫക്ട് ദ യൂസ്. അതായത് ഈ ലൈഫ് സിറിഞ്ചസിൻ്റെയും നീഡിൽസിൻ്റെ ലൈഫിനെ എഫക്ട് ചെയ്യും ഈ ഹാർഡ് വാട്ടറിൽ സ്ഥിരമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ക്ലീൻ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ. അതിനാണ് സോഫ്റ്റ് വാട്ടർ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. So next is timer. So the timer can be used to ensure that the correct time, that is 20 minutes, is allowed for the sterilization. Next is stove, fuel and matches. A steam sterilizer can be heated with a kerosene stove or a gas burner or electric heating element or wood stove or charcoal stove. അപ്പോൾ കോമൺ ആയിട്ട് നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ അധികം യൂസ് ചെയ്യാറ് either gas burner or electric heating element. Then next is coming the procedure for flushing, soaking and cleaning reusable syringes and needles. അപ്പോൾ സ്റ്റെറിലൈസേഷന് മുമ്പായിട്ട് we should sterilize, we should make sure that these syringes and needles should be flushed, soaked and cleaned to make sure they are working properly. So for that need, we require a wash basin and we use the wash basin for this purpose. And we also need forceps with which to manipulate the syringes and needles. And for cleaning, അപ്പോൾ ഫോർസെപ്സും യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടാവും. അപ്പോൾ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഓൾ we should not use soap or disinfectant during the soaking or in the case of flushing, soaking or cleaning. Then first step is flush the syringes and needles immediately after use. Okay, then and we should flush that syringes and needles in cold water. This may prevent the needles from becoming blocked. Now next is soaking the syringes and needles. So after flushing, we should put the syringes and needles in the wash basin without taking them apart. So soaking used syringes and needles in cold water makes them easier to clean. To prevent the needle stick injuries, lay the syringes side by side in the wash basin with all the needles pointing in the same direction. If you are planning to sterilize syringes and needles within 2 hours after use, you do not have to soak them before cleaning. Next step is cleaning the syringes. So cleaning mainly removes most of the microorganisms and contamination. So just before sterilizing, we should pour away the water in which we have soaked the syringes and needles and refill the water with fresh and clean water within the wash basin. Before taking the syringes apart, make sure that the plunger seal fits inside the barrel properly and it should not be too tight or too loose that it cannot move. It should be tight but not so tight. Then using forceps, then we should separate the needle from the syringe and leave the needle in the wash basin until you are ready to clean it. Flush the syringe with the water in the wash basin. Take the plunger out of the barrel and we should rinse both the plunger and barrel in the wash basin. Then next we should check the parts of the syringe, whether it is working or not. Now next is another important step, that is for the cleaning the needles are, we can pour some undiluted either full strength or no water added bleach into a cup or cap or something that only you will use. Fill the syringe by drawing the bleach up through the needle to the top of the syringe. Shake it around and tap it. Leave the bleach in the syringe for at least 30 seconds. Then we should squirt out the bleach and repeat this procedure for at least 3 times, and we should not reuse the same bleach. Then at last, after cleaning with bleach, we should fill the syringe with water to rinse out the bleach and fill the syringe by drawing the water up through the needle to the top of the syringe. Shake it around, tap it for at least 30 seconds. then we should remove that water and we can repeat it 3 times.